Before you buy a mirror dash cam, know that 4K only describes the front camera, the rear one. The view you'll actually stare at all day is usually 1080p, and that's what decides if you can read a plate at night. To land on these 5, I ruled out plenty that glare so badly in sun you can't see the screen, or whose rear cable never reaches the back of an SUV. Screen size, factory-style fit, and parking power all separate them, and by the end, you'll know your pick. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 5, the WOLFBOX T9 Pro. And this one is built for a very particular driver, the person whose rear view is basically useless. Think a van with no rear window, a packed SUV, a pickup with a covered bed, or a back seat full of kids and cargo. If that's your daily situation, this one deserves a look, because it doesn't strap over your factory mirror, it replaces it. The bracket adapters cover most vehicles, though if your mirror mount has a protective case around it, that's the one setup WOLFBOX says it won't fit, so check yours before you order. Once it's on, nobody can tell it isn't stock, and that matters more than vanity. A windshield-mounted dash cam advertises to anyone walking past that there's electronics worth grabbing inside. The screen is 9.35 inches, laminated and anti-glare, and it splits front and rear at the same time. The front camera detaches and mounts separately on the glass, which means your sun visor and your lane keep sensors aren't fighting it for space. Here's what one buyer wrote. I put this in a van that has no rear window at all, so the original mirror only showed me the inside of my own vehicle. Completely useless. The end result was worth the effort. It looks like it came from the factory, except better because it records too. That's exactly the driver I mean. The install is the real trade-off here, and I won't soften it. This is hardwiring. You're finding 2 fuses, one always on and one on accessory, running cable to the back of the vehicle, and tucking wires behind trim. Most owners report a couple of hours, more on a long truck or a van. Plan a Saturday morning, not a lunch break. And there's no Wi-Fi and no phone app. To pull a clip, you take the card out and put it in a computer. For a lot of drivers, that's fine, since footage only matters after something happens. If sending video from your phone is how you want to work, other pics in this video handle that better. Night is honest too. It records fine, but hard headlights and brake lights blow out the fine stuff. So don't count on reading plates in every situation. Bottom line, if your rear visibility is the actual problem you're solving and you want a factory clean cabin, this earns the money. If you want to look at it yourself, the link is in the description. Now, if that Saturday morning of fuse work is what stops you cold, the next one asks a lot less of you. Moving to number 4, the WOLFBOX G930. And this one comes at the problem from the opposite direction of the last pick. No hardwiring required, no fuse hunting. It straps over your factory mirror, plugs into the 12-volt socket, and you're recording. A couple of buyers described getting it centered and the wires tucked in about 15 minutes with a second pair of hands. The front camera shoots 4K, the rear does 1080p, and the rear number matters more than people expect, because that's the feed you're actually staring at all day as your mirror. The screen slides up and down to reframe what you see, and it swipes side to side to switch between front, rear, and split view. There's GPS for speed and location stamped into the footage, plus the G sensor that locks a clip the second it feels an impact. Here's a wrinkle worth knowing about that G sensor though. Out of the factory, the sensitivity runs high, so it can throw a lock icon over your mirror view on ordinary bumpy roads. One owner drove around with the screen off because of it before finding out the sensitivity setting was just turned up too far. Drop it to low, and it stops. That's a 5-minute settings fix, but nobody tells you. The real limitation is contrast. In flat light, day or night, the footage is clean, and the colors are right. Throw harsh sun and shadow at it, or a car with high beams behind you at night, and the highlights blow out. So for reading plates in tough lighting, don't expect miracles from the 4K number. Where the G930 earns its keep is rear visibility, and this is the pattern that runs through the good reviews. Jeep owners with a spare tire blocking the glass, truck owners whose factory backup camera lives on the tailgate and disappears the moment they drop it for hauling. That view solves a real everyday problem. One more thing on the rear camera. Mounting it outside above the plate gives you the best picture, but routing that cable means pulling the rear hatch trim, and those panel clips break. Plenty of owners mount it inside on the rear glass instead and accept a little window glare. Easier, and it stays dry when it rains. It costs less than the OEM-style pick before it, and for a lot of drivers, the simpler install is the point. For price and current details, the link is in the description. And if you've ever squinted at a small rear feed trying to judge how close that bumper really is, number 3 answers that. At number 3, the WOLFBOX G840S. And the number that decides this one is 12. 12 inches of screen sitting where your mirror used to be, which is roughly 1.5 times the glass area of the mirror your car came with. That width is the reason to pick this over a smaller mirror cam. You can run the front and rear feeds side by side without either one shrinking down to nothing. And when you're reversing, the rear image is big enough to actually judge distance with. It gets better if you run the rear camera wire to your reverse light, because then the screen drops adjustable guidelines over the picture. Check out what one buyer wrote about that. The 12-inch display is very sharp and clear. The wide-angle lenses show everything, and the GPS reads accurate. I ran the wire to the backup light, so the unit puts adjustable backup lines on screen. In a crowded parking lot, that turned out to be really useful. That's the kind of setup detail nobody tells you before you buy. But a 12-inch mirror is also a physically wide piece of hardware, and that's where the size stops being free. Several owners found their sun visors catch on it when they fold down. One said flat out they should have bought the smaller version. So before you order, put your hand up there and check the gap between your mirror and your visor, especially in a Jeep or anything with a shallow windshield. Heads up on one more fitment thing. The glass on this is very reflective by design, so it still works as a plain mirror when the screen is off. Owners who leave the display on all day tend to add a matte anti-glare film over it, and parking mode needs proper power here. The 24-hour monitoring is real, but it only works with a hardwire kit, which is the same fuse work as number 5. Straight off the 12-volt socket, this records while you drive, and that's the extent of it. In the end, that 12-inch display is what you're paying for, and it earns the money if your problem is seeing what's behind you in a big vehicle or through tinted glass. If your cabin is tight, size it up first. Current pricing is linked below. That said, one question always comes up here. Does more screen have to mean more money? Number 2 makes that interesting. Number 2 on the list is the AZDOME PG17. And I want to start with the assumption, because you probably already have it. 12 inches of screen, 4K in front, a phone app, voice control, GPS, and a memory card thrown in. When one product carries every feature, the others split between them. The normal read is that something in there is filler. A voice command that mishears you, an app that drops the connection, a big screen that's mostly for show. So I went looking for which feature was the weak one. And the complaints don't land there at all. The app pairing comes up as quick and painless for pulling clips off the mirror. The voice control gets mentioned by people who use it to lock a clip or kill the display without reaching up. And the front 4K holds together day and night in the way buyers describe it. The features aren't where this one gets criticized. Where it does get criticized is the screen at night. That's the pattern. The display runs bright after dark, and there's no automatic day-night dimming like a real mirror does. The included anti-glare film doesn't fix it either, according to one owner who tried. You can drop the brightness with a slider right on the touchscreen, and you can voice command the display off entirely, so it's manageable. But it's a thing you'll be managing. There's a review that covers the part I care about most. I wired it to turn on and off with the vehicle instead of plugging it in. I have a full bed truck, and the rear camera had enough wire to run from my license plate all the way up to the mirror. Put it in reverse, and the backup camera comes on with guidelines. Cable length on a long vehicle is the thing that quietly ruins these installs, so that's worth listening to. Same fuse work as the other picks if you want the 24-hour parking mode, since the hardwire kit and the voltage reducer are sold separately. One honest limit on reliability. Someone had the rear camera die after about a month and go to a black screen. That's a single report against a mostly positive pattern, but rear recording is half of why you're buying this, so keep your return window in mind. It costs less than the 12-inch pick at number 3 while giving you the app and the voice control that one doesn't. For current pricing, the link is in the description. And now, number 1. It doesn't win on screen size or features. It wins on the one thing every mirror cam here has to fight at night. And taking the top spot, the WOLFBOX G850. This one wins because it fixes the exact thing that held back the picks before it. The rear camera has WDR, which is the processing that balances bright and dark parts of the same frame, and on a rear camera. That's the difference between headlights behind you turning into one white blob and headlights you can actually see as 2 separate lights. That sounds like a small upgrade. It isn't, because the rear feed is what you stare at all day as your mirror. One owner switched over from a smaller WOLFBOX specifically over glare, and the thing they noticed most wasn't the screen at all. It was that headlight blowout at night dropped way down. The screen is 12 inches, same width class as the G840S earlier, so the visor question applies here too. Check that gap before you order. But there's a real fix on the glare that the earlier picks don't have. WOLFBOX makes a matte anti-glare film for this 12-inch line, and they don't make one for the 10-inch models. Buyers who put it on say the daytime glare problem basically goes away. The trade is the reflection gets slightly softer, though it does nothing to the recording. Applying it is fiddly work with lint, so take your time. Here's a review that covers the part I care about. I put this in a long bed crew cab truck. I used the 33-foot extension for the rear camera and ran it from the mirror, through the door molding, under the truck to the bumper, with cable left over. They include a plastic trim tool that helps tuck the wire into the moldings. If you drive something long, that's what you want to hear. Now the honest limits. Rear recording is 1080p, so at night it goes soft and grainy, and plates get hard to read unless traffic is slow or stopped. Front footage is where the real evidence lives. And the same hardwire kit story as the other picks applies for parking mode, sold separately. Reliability isn't perfect either. A minority of owners report reboots and units dropping into sleep. The much bigger pattern is people who go months with no trouble, and Support has a strong record of replacing bad units. But keep your return window in mind. In the end, this is the one I'd put in my own vehicle. It costs more than the pick at number 4, less than some 12-inch options, and it's the only one here that treats the rear camera like it matters. Current pricing is linked below. Now you've got the criteria, so you don't get burned by the first one that looks good. If your rear view is blocked and you want a factory clean fit, number 5 is the one for you. But if you want the easiest install for the money, number 4. And if you want the rear camera that actually handles headlights at night, number 1. Amazon prices go up and down. Check them in the links in the description.